This is the J.R. Hendricks, Texan Gentleman podcast that deals with the early life of my alter ego, J.R. Hendricks. This episode is in a narrated format, commentary by myself and J.R. Relax and enjoy the adventure. Take care. God bless. Hello everyone, welcome to the podcast. It is good to have everybody here. This episode is called Microcosm in Mississippi. And getting ready to set the alarm bell. Whenever we got some issues going on. But it's Microcosm in Mississippi. And this takes place the 29th, early part of the 30th of June of 1995. Here we go. And we're nursing on some orange juice today. Jara, the past few days have proved to be very interesting. Monday morning, we left for Meridian, Mississippi to stay in the mansion owned by lawyer and aide to Senator Trent Lott, Edmund Randolph. We went to a political party that night and went sailing on his yacht down the Mississippi River. Daddy flew with Christine to Los Angeles to speak to the California Small Business Association and was greeted warmly by the UCLA School of Management Dean. But now, Kevin and I are getting ready to leave Meridian to go to Baton Rouge. Okay, so all times are Central Time Zone now. 1 a.m. Jim is sitting on the front porch of Mary Jane in Baton Rouge and looking out at the Mississippi River through his accountant, Paul McGuire. Jim had just purchased Mary Jane. Mary Jane would be the home used for the 4th of July with friends like Brent Clark and Stoney Rosen on the 4th of July of 1999 when Brad and Jim Bob were flaking off. Daddy saw to it the private jet flight was intent to get to Baton Rouge to stay at Mary Jane from June 30th until July 5th. Even Ken accompanied us to Mary Jane. Okay, so now at 9 a.m. Now, meanwhile, I'm in the office of Edmund Randolph with my laptop, sending an email to Karen Kreider. Suddenly, Jim Bob walked in. Hello, and Jim Bob says, "Hello, J.R." And J.R.'s like, "Jim Bob, what the hell are you doing this neck of the woods?" Heritage sent me here to do some data analysis on the economy for Senator Trent Lott. Sending an email to Karen. I'm trying to make things right. Look, about that. Brad knows someone that he knows in London that says you called Jennifer Bowers. Now, come on, JR. Give Karen a chance. Jim Bob, that earns you the bell. Okay, so. And JR says, look, I'm really busy right now. Can you just go into the living room and talk to Kevin? Your college roommate is, calling Red Scout headquarters. But I'll tell you what, I think you need to send pictures to Karen. Now, wow, that you're in Mississippi. That way, she knows that you're thinking about her. And JR's like, all right, damn it, Jim Bob. Get Kevin in here with a camera. Switch over that jam box, and I want some music going while I'm taking pictures. Okay, so Kevin is taking pictures of JR. At first in a suit, and then a suit with a Texas Tech cap. And the song is playing by Stephen Curtis Chapman and DC Talk. It's got to be true. The pictures were taken of me. And Kevin says, you need to diversify your outfit, Junior. Kevin said, go upstairs and get my Texas Tech Speedo. It's in the purple gym bag. Within 5 minutes, Kevin ran downstairs, and they took one picture of me in the bathing suit. 11 a.m., San Antonio, 1 hour away from rush hour, traffic, and there was a black limo headed towards HB headquarters. Uncle Tom is there humming a 60s melody when the limo stops out front. You get the scoop. I'm Jeremy Swain. I'm here for the board meeting, Uncle Tom said. The guard at the gate approaches the limo. Credentials, please. Only qualified consultants can enter the boardroom. I do have credentials. Well, may I please see them? The board meeting is at 1. So Uncle Tom shows a driver's license, college transcripts from Tech, along with his diploma and a resume. Oh, I'm so terribly sorry. You're that Jeremy Swain. You know the board's expecting you. Come on in, the guard said. Acosta, park the limo, and I'll let you know when I'm ready to return back to the hotel. 1 p.m. Going downstairs from the second floor, JR's crestfallen. I don't believe it. She sends me an email that says that she has no time for me. JR said. No offense, Junior, but I gotta say something. It's irresponsible to even sit there and let her play her games saying that she don't have time for you. I'm willing to bet that she wants to be with Brad tonight, Kevin said. Maybe you're right. Maybe I was a fool of believing I could take her back. Look, in the 2 years that I've heard about her, what do I know? Her brother is in the Marines and hates it. Her sister has low-level Asperger's. And our mother, feminist Mrs. Busybody. Stay away from that family. Okay, so it's 1:30 p.m. Meanwhile in San Antonio, Howard Butts, Sr., prepares hand over for the consultation. Now, Mrs. Warren is our vice president for marketing. She has suggested that we cut our budget into thirds and also go into home goods section and cut our budget into thirds, Howard Butts said. We don't have the energy to productivity to keep selling and distributing if we already do it increased for cost for inflation. Therefore, as far as I know, my analysis is correct, Mrs. Warren said. Begging the vice president for marketing's pardon, Jeremy Swain, Uncle Tom said, let me make a suggestion. We cut the marketing budget in thirds. And we cut the marketing budget in half. Please share your analysis on this, Mr. Swain, the chairman said. It's just a suggestion. If profits are not leading inflation, then despite the slow economic growth, we can make some really good changes. Okay, Mr. Swain, what really good changes do you recommend? Cut the finance budget in thirds. You'll still lose no jobs, but it will meet goods at cost. Next thing you know, you'll have more stores in San Antonio, Austin, and even in West Texas. Surprise, surprise. Tom announced at breakfast on the morning of the 1st of July that the board unanimously approved his measures, with the cuts taking place immediately. 7 p.m. I was in the Randolph Mansion chapel reading my Bible when the customary cook's dinner bell rang. Man, work for dinner sounds pretty good, Kevin. Frito pie with the ingredients fresh from Texas. Jim Bob got this. His relatives to send it to him. And so you're going to have it piping hot. Fritos topped with chili, cheese, and onions. And And so we get Horton to thank for that little cook being off tonight. I made the pie, Kevin said. Pass me some of that pie, please, Jim Bob said. Anything I can drink afterwards? Either water or Dr. Pepper. I'm going the healthy route, Kevin said. Here, I'll pour you a glass of Dr. Pepper. I'm getting one too. And we'll toast to an excellent summer, Jared said. Count on Horton to come and brighten the day. But we have to leave for Jackson, Mississippi at 1:40 in the morning, Kevin said. Wait, Gerald, wipe that long look off your face. Kevin, I can't help it, okay? Gerald, there are only so much more. There are so much more girls than Karen. You have to understand that. There's something you failed to say. Just understand, Jim Bob said. When he returned to go to college, Holly Hawthorne dumped him. And except for a brief time with Lynette Wilson, he swore off girls. But when Karen Kreider entered into his life, he came alive again. She'll call me when she's damn good and ready. As if she does decide to dump me and leave me alone, it's not the end of the world. Well, JR, if she does, you best bet yes. To park your butt in that library and work on your advocacy paper, Kevin said. You know, I've known JR for nearly 3 years. I've known you for a while, Horton. You and Brad sometimes get on his nerves. What happens now? We're summer interns. If we're all together, I hope we can all get some months of a family. You and Jim Bob already have that, Kevin. I don't know. Okay, so it's 7:45 p.m. Meanwhile, Mary Jane, Jim sent email putting up a press conference to the NRS affiliate in Baton Rouge. Some reporters from Fox 44 in Baton Rouge. He walks outside the office and sees Betsy heading towards the stairs. And so he walks up to her, takes her hand, and they go up the stairs together. 9 p.m. Tom and Diane arrive at the hotel in San Antonio. It is an exceptionally long day of consulting and wining and dining at a Mexican restaurant. The two get ready to settle down for the night. Meanwhile, Kevin and JR are singing Alanis Morissette's You Ought to Know. But for some reason, the lyrics are lost on Jim Bob, as he hadn't been able to keep up with the latest releases of some punk rock, being away from his family in Oklahoma over the summer. Sounds good, but I don't understand, Jim Bob said. Where have you been the past 5 weeks? Kevin said. Look, I told you. And as far as I recall, I've been analyzing economic data and hanging out with Brad. He don't catch up with pop music. Well, I think that's a shame. All right, everybody, just calm down. I suggest we get some sleep. We gotta meet the limo early in the morning to take Crazy Jim Bob to the airport. Okay, 9:15 p.m. Meanwhile, at Mary Jane, Thomas comes running out, and one of the rooms, the side rooms of the apartment, and that is attached to the mansion, and he goes into the living room. Grandma's out for the night. I gave her some ganja, Thomas said. Why don't we drink up half some? So, Rachel and them, they want to drink up and have some fun. Of course, Dexter, Elizabeth's brother, he's looking at his wife. Will they take me to the elevator to go upstairs? Oh yeah, I can let these dudes go party and go crazy and have a drink. Where's Jared and Kevin? We haven't heard from them today, Rachel said. Meridian, Mississippi, Maxfield said. Yeah, I think Betsy was told that they would be here at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Thomas woke up. Betsy wants us to take Amy, Kathleen, and Kevin to a Cajun restaurant. I'm just thinking that maybe JR could watch Grandma. 1:35 a.m. JR, Kevin, and Jim Bob walk to the outside as a white stretch limo driver looks up, and she says, Mr. Hendricks, your father has been reluctant to pay for this limousine. Just to take Mr. Horton to the airport and back again. So, if you could, bring out your gold card to pay for this. So, of course, JR whips out his gold card. And they hop in the limo. And within 5 minutes, it's on the way to the Jackson, Mississippi airport. And Jim Bob says, try a shower, JR. You smell all musky. Jim Bob's all blunt, so let's give him the bell again. Yeah. And Kevin's like, you got nerve. JR, take a shower? No, everyone has grown up in a militaristic family such as you. We all cut it out. When we go back to the mansion, I'm packing. We're going for Baton Rouge. 2:30 a.m. On the limo, the conversation is light. All I want is to go down south in my big old truck, Jared sang. Red Atkins, Kevin said. John Mansfield, 1981, Jim Bob said. Are you sure about that? My dad raised me with old country, Kevin. I just wish you known the song You Ought to Know. 3 a.m. The limo arrives at Jackson Medgar Evers International Airport, and JR and Kevin walk Jim Bob to the ticket counter. Jim Bob shows his ticket for his 6:15 flight to Dallas. And once at Dallas, his Aunt Carolyn would pick him up and take him to the Horton family homestead in Durant, Oklahoma. 3:35 a.m. Back in the limo, Jared and Kevin get into a heated conversation. I didn't imagine things, Kevin. I know what I dreamed, Jared said. You're doing this journal, Jared. I happen to know your brother's name is not Shake. Shake. John Dustin sent me an email from South asking to see him now. I know that when they had a spat and broke up, when Mama was pregnant, he called the baby Shake. It just don't make no sense when his name is Kyle. Kevin, Mama and I left him that night and returned back to the townhouse. Now, before he left for Virginia, Daddy said that they made love. And Mama told him that Shake was all about that she was pregnant with John Destin's baby. That I need to talk to your father. Go ahead and do it in private. There's certain family members that don't even know that he ain't Kyle's father. 5 a.m. Arriving at the Randolph mansion, Jared and Kevin go upstairs. We should rest up. We're leaving for Baton Rouge at 10 o'clock this morning, Kevin said. I ain't going back to sleep. Well, Amber called. She wants to meet for lunch on Wednesday. I'll shoot her an email as soon as I get to Baton Rouge. 6 a.m. In Baton Rouge, the family sits down for breakfast. Boiled eggs, a choice of cinnamon and French toast, bacon and orange juice. Grandma Elizabeth was also getting up and ready to go for her 10 a.m. Chemotherapy session at St. Mary's Cancer Center in Baton Rouge. 10 a.m. With all our stuff loaded, Kevin and I walked outside and toward the Jeep. This is good. This is goodbye. Let's get out of here, Jared said. Dad warned me that Mississippi may not be so fun. So guess let's ready to enjoy the rest of the trip to Baton Rouge. Hopping inside, Kevin cranked up the motor of the Jeep, and we sped off out of Meridian, Mississippi. Alright. Hope you enjoy listening to the J.R. Hendricks Texan Gentleman. If you like what you hear, please subscribe, become a part of the adventure. This is the James Hendricks Empowerment saying until next time, getting ready for the rest of the story. It's going to get exciting and interesting from here.